We did get that judge ruling on Monday where Apple can ban Fortnite from the App Store, at least for now. In terms directionally, where do you see that show-off or that standoff going?
Well, I think it's going to go on for a very long time. Unfortunately, that's the way these things go. This is why all us smaller app developers are so thrilled that Epic is taking on this battle, not because we're going to get imminent relief, but simply because someone dares to stand up to Apple in a court of law. I think it's unfortunate with some of these rulings, the way there's a sense of splitting it down the middle, that they're not going to touch the Unreal Engine, but then Fortnite won't be let back into the store. But hey, that's the way the court game goes, and that's just one plank that this whole thing is playing out upon. I think more interesting was the release of the congressional report. More interesting is the building of the cases from DOJ with regards to Google, and hopefully that'll include their App Store issues, and then all the stuff that's going on in Europe and the rest of the world. This isn't just one thing, and it's not going to be settled in a day or a week or even a year.
Right. So we'll watch how that sausage gets made, for lack of a better word. Now you got to roll in the additional dynamic of 5G. How do you think, what is the underlying effect on some app developers as that new technology rolls in?
To be frank, I don't think it's going to be very much at all. I think 5G is vastly overplayed. I think the telcos and Apple are conspiring to oversell that this thing is going to revolutionize everything, when in fact, for most people, most of the time, it's going to do absolutely nothing of the sort. Not only because 5G has been oversold in what it can actually do, the claims that Apple made yesterday in their announcement, they couldn't even agree on what the theoretical throughput was going to be. Was it going to be 4 gigabits or would it be 3.5? The reality is that all the independent testing, particularly in the US, is that 5G is actually slower than 4G in a bunch of places. So I don't think that this is going to be a main driver. I don't think it's going to have any main impact on the majority of app developers out there, because speed is simply not the constraining factor. Apple's policies is the constraining factor. If Apple wanted to unleash innovation in app development, they should look at their App Store policies rather than just blow into the hot air balloon that is 5G.
David, was there anything that Apple announced yesterday with the iPhone 12 Plus announcements that you think is important for developers who are working on the platform, whether it's capabilities of the A14 Bionic or camera capabilities, things that might allow apps to do things in different ways?
I think that the new iPhones, they look great, just like the iPhones looked great last year and the year before that. I think we simply have to accept that we're leveling off here. The amount of innovation that's happening in the new releases of the iPhones, no matter how amazing that Tim Cook says this, that, or the other thing is, it's just not that amazing. And you can see it in consumer responses, that people are holding on to their devices longer and longer, because you know what? An iPhone from 3 years ago is still a great device. There's less and less reason to upgrade. And I think app developers are essentially facing that same thing. We can't depend on the hardware just getting better and that driving upgrades or interest. There's just saturation. There's saturation in terms of everyone having a phone. There's saturation in terms of the new prospects for upgrades. Like, I like speed as much as the next person. I'm looking forward to the A14 chip and the benchmarks just for geeky reasons. Do I think it's going to have any impact really on our business, on our customers, or even on my personal use of mobile phones? No, I don't think so.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.